Konnichiwa! Not Money here, bringing you a new video up here about Metroid Prime 4 for at E3 2017. And as you can
Uh,
tell, no, I'm not Mana. He's kind of reacting right now.
oh, dude, I saw this yesterday because, like, I still know I literally a video just uploaded on my channel. I'm sorry I haven't got any videos, by the way. And sorry, the phone is plugged in, so if it rings, I'll get it out. But I'm just letting you know, I'm sorry, but I am so excited. You'll just see this video replaying, by the way. So you know.
It's exclusive footage. The actual title screen.
Right? I'll probably edit the actual stuff in better and such, anyway, on my own. But this is just something to play and make it easier for you, a VLC player. I just said on repeat. But anyway, I am so excited. Especially when I heard from watching on the No. Thank you guys. But I heard that they were making, like, they brought up a new Samus game. Metroid game, and they're like,
oh, you're talking about the 3DS version, aren't you?
No. They were hinting at a new Metroid game, and they were hinting, and they brought it up, and they showed a thing of Prime Meat or something, and that simulates Metroid Prime. Slam motherfuckers! But it was so good, and I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get to watch much of E3, but I'm also hoping they announced something about Bayonetta 3 or something.
Oh, they didn't. I was there. I watched all the press conferences. They didn't, but they announced a new Metroid 2D game called Samus Returns. Which
I am interested in that one too. That actually looks good. I saw that. That looks pretty fucking good.
I think it's a remake of Metroid 2: Return of Samus. I think they actually remade that, which kind of adds credence to why they took down the AM2R. You know,
yeah,
they're making their own version. I think that probably is what's happening.
But either way, I am so fucking excited. Aside from a little slurry, it's because I've been up for hours. My schedule got off again.
Whereas I woke up 2 hours ago, so it's very different. Very mentally different here.
But, like, okay, if it's anything like 1 and 2 for sure, which I like the most, 3 was pretty good too if you could get used to the Wii controls and such, the Wiimote, whatever.
But again, this is the Switch, so therefore they're going to replicate kind of standard controls, so give you the options for multiple control types.
They're actually doing that for Xenoverse 2, which is interesting too. They're actually adding some kind of controls for that. But getting to the point, I am super excited because number 1 and number 2 and 3 in their own ways were very atmospheric. The music was very good, and the games could be total dickbags.
Wait, so there's no love for Metroid Prime Hunters?
No.
That silence just spoke volumes. It really did.
I love all the Metroid Prime games, though. They're amazing.
Even Federation Force? Because that technically is a Prime game. I mean, or have you not played it yet?
I don't know if I played all of them. I just know I played the one on the GameCubes, 1 and 2, and the 3rd on the Wii U. That I think was technically, like, launched with it. Like, I'm not sure if it launched with it or not.
Oh, no, the Metroid Prime 3 collection came out a year after the Wii came out.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Like I said, it's been a long time. But either way, getting to the point, it's so cool because the story in those and the atmosphere alone just drags you in. And you feel sucked into this world of just amazing stuff. And it's got these creepiness, this creepy factors, all kinds of stuff. Like, I mean, I don't know what the game was called, but it's when you actually were a Zero Suit Samus at once, and you got your suit stolen by.
Oh, that was the Metroid Zero Mission.
Yeah,
that was Zero Mission. That was a remake of the first game on the GBA. That's
3D. I mean, fuck. That Game Boy Advance game was creepy, especially at one point I remember where I go through the store and I get stuck and I hear something go. It scrolls. My view just leaves me, I believe, or something. Goes to the door and you see the actual Samus come in. Well, your original armor come in. I'm like, wait, what? Oh shit! And it's like,
wait, are
you
talking about fusions now?
Yes, I think it's fusions actually.
You're mentioning fusions.
But it was so creepy. You're like, what do I do? Where do I go? And you're like freaking out in this 2D game. But either way, that's pretty much how it could be on like the Prime, in my opinion. Of course, I always put myself in the zone of like the character, and so I just like Outlast and that shit.
Well, it's very easy to do so in Prime, considering the game's in first person, and
yes.
I don't see any reason for this not to. It will be a first person game undoubtedly.
Oh yeah, it has to be. It has to be. And even then, like, it's unique because how it played. Prime also had, like, multiple things, like, obviously, like, for example, it had the kind of old style platforms from left to right, and the third person and first person perspectives.
But what I should tell you this right now, what we are missing is who is developing this, because there was no mention of like anything there. But there was actually a quote from the people in behind the game. They said that I should tell you this right now, so there's a bit of worry about this, at least to me, because they've confirmed that Retro Studios aren't returning to make the game again. They aren't coming back for Prime 4. So that's something that should be kind of like a bit of a worrisome thing, considering the same guys aren't working on it. But they have said that they've mentioned that it has not mentioned the team name yet. So we don't know who it is, but it's a talented new development team, they call it. So it looks like it could be a new kind of group of there. Who's to say that they aren't a subsidiary of Retro, for example?
That's true.
But they say like, but the thing is, that's good that Kensuke Tanaba is going to be was helped produce the previous Prime games, is coming back to this title to help like supervise it. So therefore there are still people who worked on it to oversee the project itself. So it's not just an entirely new team, there's still remnants of that.
Yeah.
So to keep the same thing there. So it's a bit of a mix between the two, but it could just be, they could have just mentioned later on it's a subsidiary of Retro, you know, like a B team, kind of like what Naughty Dog has, an A and B team sort of. So who's to say that?
That's also a good point right there. But it is, like you said, it actually is kind of worrisome. But either way, to me right now, I'm just happy and hope this ends really well. Like, I don't know, I'm about Beyond Good and Evil, but that's for another thing. But I'm hyped
we're talking about
for
Nintendo
it too.
here.
I'm hyped for it too, just so you know. Don't get the wrong idea. But Metroid is like Metroid Prime series, especially. I always loved them, and there was one moment in particular I remember specifically that I told Seamus a little while before I started this video, and it was just amazing how I knew pretty much what it was going to be at that point in time when it happened, which was my friend was missing one item he did not scan, and the point was he was at the end of the game. And what it was one of those turrets in the earlier stages of when you first enter the game, Metroid Prime 2.
Metroid Prime 1 or 2? Oh, Metroid Prime 2, okay.
There's, if I'm right, I'm pretty sure it's 2. Anyway, but there's these turrets, and these guys run at one point, and you have to scan the turret while one of the enemies are on it. If the enemies are off it, even if you were to get on the turret and get off and hurry and try to scan it, you won't ever scan it in time. Because once it basically places itself back in normal position, it's unscannable. And I knew it, and I showed him on my cartridge, game card, memory card. Bleh. Anyway, and he's like,
remember those days?
And I know, right? And I showed him. He's like, okay, let me check if I have it. He got on his, and he didn't have it. I'm like, oh no. He's like, I'm like, you're gonna have to redo the game. I got lucky enough and got lucky and scanned it. That was the first thing I scanned in the room. Like, hold on, you guys, just dodging and weaving. But yeah, like, and I wasn't even that good at that point. Just the room back then wasn't too hard, in my opinion. But I mean, I love the Metroid Prime games. I've said this a million times already in this poor video. I'm sorry, but I just am excited. I hope it turns out really reminiscent of the others for sure. And
we have nothing to glean off it right now. We have nothing except the title screen.
Is exactly what you will see in this. That's exactly what you'll see. That's exactly
what, just a title screen? So you're telling me that the final game will just be a title screen Metroid Prime 4?
No, what they're watching. I'll see what they're watching.
You know, I thought you were talking about what we've seen of Prime 4. What we've seen is going to be the game.
No.
Just the title screen.
Oh yeah, it's just going to be a title screen.
The best title screen ever. I mean, the fact that a title screen like this has got so many people excited speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I don't know. That's all I can really say is I'm super excited about this. I don't know. I just don't know what to say besides that. Like, I love the Metroid Primes. I can't say no more than that. And I'm excited and hope they do this one justice. All I want is justice. So, I mean, like I say, anything you want to say else, Seamus?
Well, I have not really I have heard of nostalgia for Metroid. I've never really finished any of the games, but I can see why this is a big deal. I got excited too, considering the legacy this kind of thing has. It helped revitalize Metroid again, and I'm glad that Nintendo's realizing after so long. Oh yeah, we got this franchise Metroid. Let's make 2 games for it. Let's give them a 3DS remake of the second game, but also a sequel to a game that people have wanted for almost pretty much a decade at this point. So,
Not to mention, I hope
they're doing good.
Not to mention, Nintendo, if you're listening, I mean, just do me a favor, okay? And that being HD of Metroid Prime 1 through 3, thank you. Alright, and that's all I gotta say, folks. But anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed. You know, if you like the video, make sure to comment, subscribe, when I'm...
That's her excited sound. That's how she knows we're hyped. You know, come on.
Anyway,
I'm like that too.
Make sure to comment, subscribe. If you like the video, like the video. If you just like the
yeah, you're too excited. You can't control yourself. All this hype's coming out at the very end. That's exactly what's happening.
No! This can't be... Okay. Got this.
You gotta calm down. You can do this.
Make sure to comment, subscribe. If you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. You know, all that jazz, all that good stuff.
And if you go back to the beginning of the video again, you can watch the video again.
For Metroid Prime 4. Right?
Yeah, if you want to watch the reaction again, just go back to the reaction part again. You can watch it again for all we know.
Right?
Maybe you can glean something from our commentary that you can't hear on the first time.
It's a possibility. It actually happens a lot. And everything, actually. Games, everything. That's how you find Easter eggs years later. So, but yeah, anyway, they also want us, Johnny.